Good evening, world. I haven't made a video in a minute, but I've been thinking. I've been thinking a lot, and I've been thinking, what is authority? If you notice, go through history, people have always abused their authority, their so-called given power, especially men, especially people who are in power. Even people at your present-day jobs abuse their authority, abuse their power. Uh, People can't handle power. They really can't. And I say the only authority is, a lot of you might not believe in God, but I believe in nobody but Jesus himself, who died for me. But I believe that God is the only authority, the only right and just authority. Who is another man to have authority and power over you? As you notice, as you look at my previous videos, especially about these so-called public officials. They call themselves officials, but they're supposed to be public servants. So dealing with those types, if you think about these so-called authority figures, all the people who are in so-called authority figures, you know what, y'all? We pay them to tell us what to do. So when you think about it like that, it's sort of backwards. You need to be the only authority in your life, and you believe in God like I do. He should be your ultimate authority. But God gave you a brain to think. God gave you a mind to think. And for this new year that's coming up, what is authority? As you see, it's two types of authority to me. There's good authority and that is bad authority. Good authority, for example, I can say your mother. Well, I'm going to say a loving and caring mother. Loving and caring parents who actually care about you. Because there are some bad parents in the world who abuse their authority over their children. So, but I'm going to say people who actually care for you. Bad authority, parents who don't care. Hitler is an example of authority. Stalin is an example of authority. They have killed and done more damage to people. Actually, government. There's a so-called thing called authority, and they have killed. There's been more people killed in democide. That means death by government. If some of y'all don't know, people killed by democide more than anything on this earth. So, with that, if you just think about what is authority, what gives these so-called politicians, so-called elect, I call it select president, the authority to force health care on you, to force auto insurance on you, to enforce home insurance on you, to enforce renter's insurance on you, to enforce anything on you. The way I see it, man, I look at it now, and I love what Josh Tolley says. I mean, if you don't know about him, look on GCN, the Genesis Communication Network. He comes on Monday through Friday from 9 to 11. He's going to be starting his third hour in 2014. Great dude to listen to. But I love what he says. He said, there's no victim, there's no crime. And if you think about it, who said that you can't hurt yourself and they'll lock you up for it? Who said that you can't overdose yourself? They'll lock you for it. The way I see it, as long as you don't bother nobody else and their property, then there's no crime. But we have so many laws and so many crimes on the book for the so-called authorities who have made this. They made everything a law that, hey, if you do this, you'll go to jail. If you want to beat yourself, you'll go to jail. If you want to kill yourself, you'll go to jail. Who are they to say what you should do to yourself? The only time somebody needs to say something is when you're bothering someone else or someone else's property or their things. That's it. So who am I to say what you need to do with your life? I'm not God. I don't know your heart. I don't know your mind. I don't know the beginning from the end. I'm not God. God is the only one who knows that. So man say he has this authority. Ladies and gentlemen, people really don't have an authority. We give them the authority over us. If you have a right heart and a right mind and you're not going out trying to hurt anyone, or trying to hurt other people, or trying to destroy other people's property, you're not really committing a crime. You're not really committing a crime. The only crime you may commit against is God who's holy. He has no faults. He has no wrongs. I know a lot of people gonna argue with that. Well, God said kill this, kill that. You got to realize God understands everything from the beginning to end. He made everything. But that's a whole different level. That's a whole different subject. Because I mean, you got to have faith. You got to be changed by God to understand what God really means. You got to be molded by God to understand that He is the just of all. He is the great authority of all. And then nobody knows the beginning and the end, like Him. But man try to say He owns it and He knows everything. But this 2014, there's only one authority, and that's Christ Himself. That's God Himself, because He owns a perfect being in this whole entire galaxy and universe that He made. So, I have a good night. I hope a lot of y'all have a wondrous 2014, because I think it's going to be a rough one for us.